You have this incredible experience of being U.S. Secretary of Energy. What do you think the U.S. needs to do in the future to meet its energy needs? Right now, with the growth of China, with the growth of India, more and more countries are fighting for a bigger piece of the pie, the energy pie. What do you think the U.S. needs to do in the future with your past experience and even with your present experience?
Well, I've never been a traditional energy secretary, or I'm from New Mexico, which the oil and gas is king. But my view is that we have to focus on what I think is the future for the world and for us, and that's renewable energy. Solar, wind, biomass, I think those are the most viable. I think natural gas is also viable. I worry about fracking. I know you had this debate here. I don't think we should let the oil and gas companies have unilateral opportunities to frack without oversight. I think EPA and state officials need to develop some strong standards. I think it may be able to do it. As far as renewable energy, there's some problems, technology, cost, access. But if you look at the international community, there are 191 countries registered at the UN. 143 have said that their main energy goals relate to renewable energy. You know, down the line, in 30, 40 years, that's going to be good news. Now, the good news for this country is that, and this is the International Energy Agency, is despite the fact we don't have an energy bill, despite the fact that this country doesn't have woken up to needing some sensible and strong climate change legislation, that the International Energy Agency is saying by the year 2020, we're going to surpass Saudi Arabia in oil and gas production in our private and public lands. And secondly, the reason we may become energy self-sufficiency is because of the massive amount of energy efficiency that is happening in this country with buildings, with vehicles. I think natural gas vehicles are the future. I think car charging is great. Fuel standards, lead buildings. This is not a lead building, it's freezing. It's an evolution that was started. I'd like to, Clinton, we started, I remember one of my proudest moments was we were a week out of power and George Bush was coming in. We didn't lose the election, but we were out, as if you recall the war. And so my very trusted environmental advisor said, Mr. Secretary, we have a chance to increase refrigeration and air conditioning standards by 20%. But the White House wants us only to do 15 because they don't want to piss off all these people, and they want us to, we only have a week to go and we're going to get sued. What do you want to do? I said, I want us to do 30%. We only have a week to go. It's the right thing to do. And all my advisors, Sierra Club, NRDC, the great, I said, you want to do 20, we should do 30. Won't it make a difference? Yes, sir. But it'll cost more in that air conditioning. I said, well, tough beats. It costs a little more, but we're doing the right thing. We did 30. Because I had the decision. I controlled it. The day after we left off was the Bush administration and the refrigeration and the air conditioning. They sued us. For 4 years we went to court, but we won after 4 years. Now, that's one of my proudest moments, but